Have you ever found yourself wondering, why does everything feel just a little harder these days? Maybe it's the energy that doesn't seem to bounce back like it used to, or the little aches that linger a bit longer than they should. Or perhaps it's that quiet voice in the back of your mind asking, is this just how it goes after a certain age? If any of that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. The truth is, life after 65 can be full of beauty, purpose, and joy, but only if we take gentle care of ourselves in the ways that matter most. And no, I'm not talking about climbing mountains or becoming a yoga master. I'm talking about small, simple changes. The kind you can make in the comfort of your own home, with just a little time, intention, and maybe even a smile. You see, big transformations don't always come from big moves. Often they come from the little choices we make each day. That's what we're talking about today. 5 small daily changes that, if you stick with them, can truly transform your life after 65. Whether you're looking to boost your mood, feel more energized, sleep better, or just enjoy life a little more, this is for you. So let's take this journey together. Just you and me. And let's begin with one of the most overlooked habits of all, the way you start your morning. There's something almost sacred about those first few minutes after waking up. For many of us, we've spent decades waking up to alarm clocks, rushing through mornings to get to work or take care of others. But now, this is your time. And how you start your day can set the tone for everything that follows. Here's a little change you can make starting tomorrow. Don't rush to your feet. Instead, as soon as you wake up, take just 2 or 3 minutes to sit on the edge of your bed. Breathe in slowly. Roll your shoulders back. Wiggle your toes. Feel the ground beneath you. This gentle pause helps your blood pressure stabilize, gives your muscles a chance to warm up, and sends a signal to your body and brain that the day has begun, but on your terms. You can even take that moment to say something kind to yourself. Today I choose peace. Or, my body is strong and I'm grateful to move through this day. It may feel a little odd at first talking to yourself like that, but you'd be amazed what a few kind words in the morning can do for your mindset. Now, while we're still in the early hours of the day, let's talk about hydration. And no, I'm not about to lecture you about 8 glasses of water and counting ounces and all that fuss. I want to keep it simple. Start your day with a glass of water, before your coffee, before breakfast, before anything else. Think about it, your body just went 7 or 8 hours without a drop of fluid. It's like a plant that's been sitting in the sun all night. That first glass of water is like a gentle wake-up call to every cell in your body. It helps digestion, clears mental fog, supports your joints, and even gives your energy a little boost. And if you want to take it one step further, try adding a squeeze of fresh lemon. Not only does it taste refreshing, but it can support your immune system and aid digestion too. It's a small act of self-care that tells your body, I'm looking out for you. Alright, now that we've eased into the morning, let's shift gears a little. One of the biggest challenges people face after retirement or once the kids are grown is a quiet sense of stillness. And not always the good kind. It's that feeling of sitting too much, moving too little, and wondering where the hours went. If that sounds familiar, here's the third small but mighty habit. Add 5 minutes of intentional movement each day. Now, I know movement can sound like code for exercise, and for some people that word brings up bad memories of gyms or uncomfortable routines. But that's not what we're talking about here. Intentional movement is simply choosing to move your body with purpose, in a way that feels good to you. Maybe it's a walk around your garden while you water the plants. Maybe it's putting on your favorite oldies and dancing in your kitchen while the soup simmers. Maybe it's stretching your arms to the sky and taking a few deep breaths while watching the clouds roll by. Movement isn't about pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about keeping your body limber, your blood flowing, and your heart engaged with the world around you. Just 5 minutes a day, 5 minutes of saying, I'm here and I choose to move, can have a ripple effect on everything from your sleep to your mood to your balance. And the best part? It builds. One day it's 5 minutes. The next week maybe it's 10. Before you know it, you start to crave that feeling, that gentle energy that reminds you you're alive and capable. Now, while we're on the subject of energy, let me ask you something. When was the last time you truly listened to what your body was asking for? Not just out of habit or routine, but really listened? Because here's the thing, your body still speaks to you every day. The question is whether we've been quiet enough to hear it. That brings us to another quiet shift that can have a powerful impact. It's about tuning in, being still, noticing, and we'll gently explore that next. So, we were talking about listening, really listening, to your body. And for many of us, that's something we haven't done in years. Life has a way of keeping us busy, distracted, always doing something for someone else. But now that you've got more space in your day, there's a chance to reconnect with yourself in a way that's gentle, kind, and deeply healing. One beautiful way to do that? Start a 5-minute mindfulness check-in each afternoon. Now don't worry, this isn't about sitting cross-legged and chanting, unless you want to, of course. This is just about pausing, slowing down, taking a quiet moment in the middle of the day to ask yourself, how am I doing right now? Maybe you sit by a sunny window or step outside and listen to the breeze. Maybe you close your eyes and just breathe. You can keep it simple. Just notice, am I feeling tense? Am I hungry? Thirsty? Tired? Do I need to stretch or rest or laugh? The goal isn't to fix anything right away. It's just to notice. And by doing that, even for 5 minutes, you start building a deeper relationship with yourself. One built on kindness and awareness rather than guilt or habit. It's funny how something so small can change the entire course of your day. You might find that just by sitting quietly, you feel more refreshed, more grounded. And over time, this little check-in becomes a gift you look forward to, a moment that's truly yours where nothing else matters but how you feel. And that leads us naturally into something else that's just as powerful: connection. As we get older, it's easy to fall into routines that slowly get quieter. Maybe the phone doesn't ring as much. Maybe we don't go out as often. Maybe friends have moved away, or we just don't feel like dealing with crowds or noise anymore. But here's something I want to say loud and clear. We all still need connection. Not just out of habit or politeness, but because it's part of what keeps our minds sharp and our hearts full. And the beautiful thing is, connection doesn't have to mean hosting big gatherings or being social all the time. One small change you can make is to reach out to one person every day. Just one. A phone call, a text, a short note in the mail. You might check in on a neighbor or send a kind message to a grandchild, or even say hello to the same person you always see walking their dog down the block. It's not about what you say, it's about showing up, offering warmth, letting someone know they're seen. Because when you do that, you feel it too. That lovely little spark of human warmth that reminds you, you still matter. You're still part of the world. You're still making someone's day brighter just by being you. And believe me, that energy comes back around. Some of the happiest people I know in their 70s, 80s, even 90s, are the ones who keep those tiny threads of connection going strong. It's not about being busy, it's about staying open. And sometimes just that one small effort can lead to deeper friendships, joyful memories, or even just a good laugh when you need it most. Now you might be thinking, this all sounds nice, but how do I stay motivated? What if I just don't feel like doing any of it some days? That's perfectly okay. We all have those days. And here's where one final daily shift can really make a difference. End your day with one moment of gratitude. Just one. Right before bed, sit quietly for a moment, or lie down and take a breath and ask yourself, what went well today? It doesn't have to be big. Maybe the coffee tasted extra good. Maybe the breeze felt lovely on your face. Maybe you laughed at something silly, or you simply got through the day, and that's enough. Gratitude isn't about ignoring the hard stuff. It's about noticing the good stuff. The little wins, the quiet joys, the small blessings that are still all around you. And the more you train your brain to look for them, the more they seem to appear. Studies have shown that even a few minutes of gratitude each night can improve your sleep, lower stress, and lift your mood. But beyond the science, it just feels good. Like wrapping yourself in a warm blanket of appreciation before you drift off. Like saying to yourself, today mattered. I showed up. And I'm proud of that. So, just to recap in your own heart, imagine a day where you start gently, hydrate with intention, move your body with love, check in with your spirit, connect with a fellow human, and end the day in gratitude. Doesn't that sound like a day worth living? The beauty of these changes is how little time they take. A few minutes here and there, but the impact? That grows. Like planting tiny seeds each day, and before long, you start to feel the garden blooming inside you. More energy, more calm, more meaning. You're not trying to become someone new, you're simply uncovering the version of yourself that's been there all along. The strong, wise, loving soul who's just waiting to feel a little more alive again. And that brings us to one final shift that can tie all these changes together and keep your heart full for the days ahead. Let's take a breath and continue this journey. There's something beautiful that happens when you begin making small, intentional choices each day. You start feeling like you're back in the driver's seat again. Not rushing, not trying to be anyone else, but just living your day with a little more purpose, a little more care. And that brings us to the last change I want to share with you today. It's not about your body or your routine or even your relationships. It's about your mind, your inner world, and how you speak to yourself moment by moment. Because here's the truth most of us were never taught growing up. The way you talk to yourself shapes everything. Maybe you've caught yourself saying things like, I'm too old for this, or I don't remember anything anymore, or I'll never be as strong as I used to be. And sure, we say it half jokingly, but deep down, those little comments take root. They become beliefs. And beliefs can build you up, or quietly tear you down. But what if, starting today, you chose to speak to yourself like you would to someone you love? With kindness, with patience, with encouragement. Imagine waking up and instead of groaning, saying, "I'm thankful for another day to try again." Or looking in the mirror and saying, "This body has carried me through so much. I'm proud of it." Or when you forget something, simply smiling and thinking, "That's okay. I'll remember later. I'm doing my best." This shift doesn't take any extra time, but it does take intention. And when you start catching those old automatic thoughts and replacing them with gentler, more supportive ones, you begin to feel different, more confident, more capable, more hopeful. And you might be surprised how your body responds too. When your mind feels safe, when your heart feels supported, your stress lowers, your sleep improves, even your digestion can shift. It's like the whole system starts working with you instead of against you. And listen, you don't have to be perfect at this. No one is. There will be days when the old thoughts sneak in. That's okay. Just notice them, smile a little, and gently offer yourself a kinder thought instead, like a friend reaching out a hand. Over time, this becomes a habit, a new inner voice that lifts you up, especially on the days when life feels heavy. And isn't that what we all want? To feel like we're on our own side? Now, I know these 5 changes might sound simple, and they are, but don't underestimate them. Simplicity is powerful. And when you layer these small shifts on top of each other, day after day, they begin to build something bigger, something stronger. A life that feels lighter, more joyful, and more connected to what really matters. And here's something I want to say, especially if you've been feeling stuck lately, or unsure where to begin. It's never too late. Never too late to feel better. Never too late to try something new. Never too late to rediscover what makes you feel alive. You've lived through so much. You've learned, you've adapted, you've cared for others, you've given so much of yourself. Now it's time to give something back to you. Not as an afterthought, but as a priority. Because the truth is, you're not slowing down, you're shifting gears. And that's a beautiful thing. Life after 65 isn't the end of the road. It's the start of a whole new chapter. One where you get to decide how you feel, how you spend your time, and how deeply you enjoy each day. And that's really what these small changes are all about. Not about doing more. Not about fixing anything. But about tuning in, showing up, and creating space for more of what lifts you up, bit by bit, day by day. So whether it's a quiet glass of water in the morning, a short walk in the sun, a check-in with your heart, a warm hello to someone you love, or a kind word whispered to yourself at bedtime, each one matters. Each one tells your mind, your body, and your spirit, "I'm still here, and I'm choosing to live this day well." And if that speaks to you, I want to invite you to keep the conversation going. Share your own experiences in the comments. What small change has made a big difference in your life? Or which one are you excited to try first? Your story might inspire someone else who really needs to hear it. If this video brought you comfort or encouragement, consider giving it a like. It really helps the channel grow and reach more wonderful people like you. And if you'd like more uplifting, practical content like this, go ahead and subscribe. We're building a warm, supportive community here, and there's always room for you. And before you go, just take one moment. Close your eyes if you like. Breathe in gently and say something kind to yourself. Something like, "I am doing the best I can." Or, "Today I choose peace." Or simply, "I am enough." Because you are, truly. Here's to living your best life, at any age and every season. And here's to you.